Women don't care about how you feel about them. What they really care about is how they feel about you. I'm going to say that again. Women don't really care about how you feel about them. What they really care about is how they feel about you. And this more specifically applies to the early stages of dating. Of course, when you're in a committed relationship with somebody, when you're married, words of affirmation go a long way. Telling your partner how beautiful she looks and how you deeply care about her is the right thing to do. But in the early stages of getting to know a girl, in the first few weeks, first couple of months, men often make the mistake of trying to rush the seduction process. They're really into this girl. They find her beautiful. They love her feminine energy. And they try to escalate way too quick. What they fail to realize is that women fall in love a lot slower than men do. And this is actually a chapter in the book, How to Be a 3% Man by Coach Corey Wayne. I'm going to quickly read you a snippet from this chapter, but before I do, I want to mention that it's a major mistake that men do, trying to rush the seduction process. When you understand how the seduction process unfolds for women, you will take a different approach. So let me read you a quick snippet from this chapter and then we'll carry on. When a guy meets a woman, he can instantly have a really high level of attraction to her. Women take a lot longer to fall in love. A woman needs to trust a guy before she will open herself up to even the possibility of committing her emotions. A man is basically ready to make love at the drop of a hat, and his emotions are instantly engaged. For a woman, romance is the whole experience of dating. It's about the mysterious love story unfolding, just like in a book. She never knows what's going to happen next. It's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. It's the experience of the courtship that turns a woman on emotionally. Part of that experience is the anticipation, wondering where she stands, what's going to happen next, or when you are going to call. Some women will say they don't like these things, but I have found continuously that these things do have a positive effect on their level of attraction. If they are starting to wonder about you, it is also engaging their emotional input. Most women can't involve themselves in an intimate relationship until their emotions are engaged, which is the exact opposite of men. Because it's an important point to stress, I am going to say that again. Women fall in love slower than men fall in love. The whole experience for her involves how you ask her out, when you call her on the phone, as well as the anticipation of what's going to happen on a date. It's where you go on a date, how you handle yourself, how you handle the others around you, and how you handle her. And the chapter goes on. Brilliant book. I highly recommend it, on gender dynamics and understanding women. So look, women don't want to feel rushed. You need to allow them to come to you at their pace. Of course, you lead. You organize a lovely date for the both of you, but you're not in such a rush to make something out of the situation. This way, she's going to feel unsafe being around you. Not just physically, I'm talking about emotionally unsafe. Like, why is he so keen just to have an official title? It's only been 2-3 weeks. I don't feel comfortable. Her emotions for you haven't yet developed. As he says in the book, it's the storyline, like in a book. So you have to take a step back and just allow things to unfold at a much more natural pace. He also talks about in the book how women are like cats. Cats will come over, show you a lot of affection, rub their heads on your leg, jump on your lap, and then they will wander off for a few hours and play around, and then they'll come back. Now, if you try and run after a cat, most of the time it will run away. And women are the same. If you are just in their face non-stop, always messaging, always calling, always, hey, what are you doing? Hey, hey, hey. It's scary to them. What's wrong with this guy? Does he not have a life? They don't want to be the focal point of your entire existence. Nobody enjoys that. Nobody does. Especially women. They don't want your life to revolve around her. It's not romantic. It may feel romantic. And this is what's messed up the minds of so many men. It's all these movies, which, by the way, 50, 60 years ago were very different. They portrayed men very different back then to how they portray them now. Now in movies, you see the man is just a weak loser, obsessing over a woman, doesn't really have anything going on in his life, constantly standing outside of her apartment, you know, throwing things at her window. I mean, it sounds romantic, right? And if it happened once in a blue moon, perhaps. But it just showcases men now, the media in general, movies, as such pathetic losers. And it sets the wrong example for how the seduction process should actually unfold. You know, women may say they actually love this stuff. But what you have to remember, gentlemen, is what they say they want versus what they respond to are two different things. Right? You know, women will say things like, I want a guy who's obsessed with me. But if that happens too soon, the guy's constantly calling and texting, I mean, even she will be freaked out. Yo. Okay, that was cute for the first couple of days, first week. But what is going on here? I mean, it's not normal. You must have a very relaxed James Bond aura about you. And I know this may sound corny to some of you, but he's a fictional character that a lot of men aspire to emulate in their lives. He's very relaxed. He's stoic. He's cheeky. You know, like if a woman told James Bond, oh, we'll never be anything. Don't get too carried away. You know, he's not going to be like, oh no, right? He's just going to sit back and smirk at her. We'll see about that, you know, and then he'll jump in his Aston and drive off, right? I mean, obviously he's a fictional character, but that energy that he gives off is what women really respond well to in real life as well. Somebody who is laid back, confident in himself, isn't trying to rush anything. That's the energy you must give out. I know some women out there are so incredibly stunning that it will move you off center, and you might be such a stoic guy normally. You might be, you know, somebody who knows how to deal with women, but once in a blue moon, a woman will come along and knock your socks off. And you're like, wow, she is insanely beautiful. Her energy is incredible. And that will often make you act out of character. And as a result, you start making these mistakes. But you must remind yourself, women fall in love slower. Let me just take a step back. Let me not rush anything. Let me not attack her or come to conclusions if I don't hear back from her within a couple of days. Oh, you probably don't like me. Because that will just make things a whole lot worse. Allow them to come to you at their own pace. She will look at you in a very different light that way. She will look at you like, wow, okay. He doesn't need me, but he desires me clearly, but he's not out there trying to force anything. You know, this is something a girl once told me that I was speaking to. She said, Ali, what I like about you is that you don't force anything to happen. You're very relaxed and laid back. That's why I enjoy talking to you. And that's how it's got to be, gentlemen. Of course, you're intentional. Right? You, as a man, you make the plans, you make the arrangements, you pay for the date completely. You don't do this, oh, you pay half, I'll pay half. No. Don't you dare be that guy. I don't want you living in scarcity now. I don't want you counting pennies. You shouldn't take a woman out if you cannot afford to pay for the bill at the end. So lead, of course. That's how we should do. But don't be nervous about how the interaction should unfold. Don't try and rush the process of this woman being into your life, because you will push her away. Whatever you run towards is usually running away from you. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a like. Comment down below if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.